my name is Adriana. I am a multi-female girl, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the aNd Peggy Challenge. Which basically, if you had noticed that Schuyler Sisters held reference already, means that y'all gave me on Instagram, follow me please, 3 characters, or rather golden trios, and I had to decide who was Angelica, who was Eliza, and who was Peggy in these trios, because apparently there's this pattern that was discovered by Jona's Almost Famous, and now I am the one doing it. And without further ado, let's get started. The first two that we got are Percy Jackson, Anna Chase, and Grover Underwood from the Percy Jackson series. And I mean, I think this is kind of very obvious, right? Anna is clearly Angelica. She's so smart and feminist and like badass kick-ass. And then I guess that if I had to choose, I mean, it is kind of very obvious that Percy is Eliza. He's so sweet. He's also kind of like the main character there. And then Grover, he's definitely so underrated and largely ignored by the fandom. Also, just think of the Schuyler Sisters as the Percy Jackson series, and Heroes of Olympus is pretty much like Take a Break, where it's like Angelica, Eliza, the Schuyler Sisters, but where's Grover? Where's Peggy? Like, they're not there. So yeah, basically that was very easy actually, but we're just warming up. Oh my god, you'll see some. The second trio is from the Heroes of Olympus, and that's Piper, Jason, and Leo Valdez. I don't think there's a clear Angelica there, but there's definitely a clear Peggy. That's my baby, Leo Valdez. I love him so much. But yeah, I mean, he was literally the 7th wheel, not even the 3rd one, the 7th wheel. That's Sujetavelas. Just like Grover's the Sujetavelas. Basically in Spanish, that's just someone who's kind of left there hanging. You see like tons, like people making out, for example, Percy and Annabelle, Jason and Piper, and the other person's just like there holding candles, Sujetavelas, candle holder. Yeah. Piper again is Angelica, because she's also like very badass kick-ass, and she's had to prove herself so many times before. And Jason is also kind of sweet and stuff, so I guess he'd be Eliza. Yeah.
So I'm gonna sit because I am so tired. I don't know why, but I am tired AF today. Yeah, so I decided to sit because I am so exhausted.
I am mentally exhausted from finishing episode 19 from the Owl House. I guess you're taking a break from deciding who's Peggy, who's Angelica, and who's Eliza. And to talk about that freaking finale, oh my god, you'll have to watch the Owl House and that last episode. I need season 2 now. I need more Lumini. And I can't really say much because it's spoilers, but just watch it and you'll understand me, right? Okay, back on to the actual point of the video. The 4th round, we got the best friends squad. We got Adora, we got Glimmer, and we got Bo. Okay, so Bo's definitely Eliza because he's so sweet. I might get diabetes, and so is Eliza. So yeah, that's kind of obvious. But now who's Angelica and who's Peggy? Because I feel like in this trio, no one's left out. And if anything, that'd be a drop for being originally from the Horde. But it's not even that anymore, because now she's Shira, okay? So she's like a major part in the rebellion. So if I had to choose, I guess Angelica would be Adora, because she's so smart and she plays such a big part. And I mean, so does Glimmer kind of. But I mean, Adora is kind of a clear Angelica, or clearer compared to Glimmer. So I guess Glimmer's the odd one out, and she is going to be Peggy. Sorry, Glimmer. I mean, I love you, but yeah, sorry. The 5th round is made up of 3 characters, pretty obvious characters from the Owl House. That's kind of this friend group there. That's Luz, Noceda, obviously, Willow, and Gus. So you know, Gus is the smartest one there. He's only skipped a couple of years, and so he's the youngest one, and so he's had to prove himself a ton of times before and earn the respect. So he's definitely Angelica. I say that Luz is definitely Eliza because she's so sweet. Just like I might just get diabetes. So like super sweet and so Hufflepuffy, right? So is Eliza, I guess. Poor Willow. Oh, always left out. I feel so bad for thinking, but she kind of is a Peggy. Anyway, moving on. We got, I think the trailer started it all. Like so many things from this series, Harry Potter, has been repeated through so many like other shows, series, and cliches. And that's obviously Harry, Ron, and Hermione are the three people I'm talking about today. And I mean, this is kind of so very obvious, but Hermione is clearly Angelica, so smart and stuff. Harry is definitely Eliza, plays a bigger part than Ron, who's definitely a Peggy. I don't really think that I have to explain myself here, so there's that. Boom, round 7, we got the Heathers from Heathers the musical. Got Heather McNamara, Heather Chandler, and Heather Duke. And I honestly have absolutely no idea here. Yeah, I'm definitely skipping this one. So, since I have absolutely no idea of who to choose, and honestly I don't, please say down in the comments who do you think would be Heather Chandler, Heather McNamara, and Heather Duke, which Schuyler Sister, because actually I have absolutely no idea, I have zero idea. So if you'll tell me in the comments and I'll see, I'll think about it, but I don't really know. So this is kinda, sorta, Shira spoiler. I mean, it's not major or anything. It happens in season 1/season 2. It's kind of spoilery. So you've been warned, and go and watch Shira if you haven't already. So the three people that we got here are Catra, Scorpia, and Entrapta. Oh my god, I love them so much. Okay, so I guess it is kind of obvious. Entrapta is Angelica. They're both so freaking smart, and I love them so much. So yeah, I don't feel like I need to explain myself here. I guess if we were talking about sweetness, then Catra's Peggy and Scorpia is Eliza. But if you're talking about how important these characters are to the show, Catra is Eliza and Scorpia is Peggy. Scorpia just also wants to be loved, but no one actually pays much attention to her or did in the Horde. So yeah, you know, it really just depends on the perspective point of view that we're talking about. On the round number 9, we got 3 characters from Carry On and Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. So obviously Luna gave them to me. Thank you so much. I was actually hoping someone would. And those are obviously Penny, Simon, and Baz. Penny's definitely Angelica because she's like the smart one in the group.
Also, Luna's talking to me. I'm really freaking out about the last episode of the Owl House, so I'm gonna not focus, but that's fine.
Simon is Eliza because he's also so sweet and he shows his love, and Baz doesn't really. Unless you're like alone, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Baz would be Peggy because also Baz kind of joined the friend group later. Because, you know, they were kind of enemies to Lover's Trope. I don't think this is like any spoiler at all. It's literally a dry fan fiction Rainbow Rowell, aka a very famous author, wrote. They decided to publish it and everyone just rolled with it, and I am not complaining at all. Autumn, Seb, and Tanner as our next characters. Everyone here in this group is so smart. Like, okay, Seb's already at BYU, this is no spoiler, and Tanner and Autumn are starting their senior year, and they are both really, like, they're all of them really smart, like honor roll students. I guess if I had to choose an Angelica, that'd definitely be Autumn, because Autumn's always kind of there for Tanner and his like boyfriend dramas, and that's exactly what Angelica was doing at kind of the end of the show. She was there for Eliza and all her husband cheating drama. So I guess she's like really smart and she worked harder than Tanner for getting where she is. I hate to say this, but I guess Tanner would be Eliza because it's like, yeah, really sweet and everything. And Sebastian to be Peggy because he is kind of, yeah, the odd one out. The dynamic duo was kind of Autumn and Tanner, and then just Sebastian slid into their seminary, I guess. And so there he joined them, and Autumn really wasn't in the group or when Tanner and Steph were hanging out as much. So yeah, I guess he'd be kind of ignored and left out.
Also, wait a second, I'll be right back because I am definitely having crumbs now.
The next golden trio is kind of also very obvious from the Owl House, and that's Luz, King, and Ida. For King to be Peggy, because no one really takes him seriously. He's like, yeah, doom and darkness. Now I'm the king of demons. Really, he's just a fluffy puppy, and we love him so much. But he doesn't want to be loved. He wants to be feared. So yeah, kind of Peggy-ish. And then Ida, she's like the most powerful witch in the Boiling Isles, and so that definitely makes her Angelica. She's like super badass and yeah, empowering. So that's definitely Angelica. And again, I already said Luz was Eliza, and this will never ever change. I mean, really, Luz is such an Eliza, and we love her so much. In this house, we stand some good old Eliza/Luz. And then on the next round, we got Evan, Connor, and Jared from Dear Evan Hansen. This is never an actual like canon trio, since Connor was never close at all to Evan and Jared. You know, he was just a stoner and had no friends. But you know, Evan just made up this version of Connor, and I guess we're just gonna roll with that version. No one's really Angelica here though. But if I had to choose, I'd say Jared's definitely a Peggy. Because really, what's Jared for? Just making some funny, witty comments in the show and just laugh out loud with them and sincerely me. Connor definitely not be Angelica. Like, Angelica doesn't get high or wouldn't ever have an addiction, I think. Oh, I feel so much better now. This is so good. Yes, Connor to be Eliza because he can't be Angelica, and if we're rolling with it, Evan to be Angelica, even though he's like not that smart or anything, but I guess it makes more sense for Evan to be Angelica than Connor. If Connor's if Evan's actually like being kind of empowering and working through his fears and everything kind of in a very angelic-ish way. I know it is not super easy to see at first, but I kind of can see it. The next iconic trio we got is from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I started watching this show a few days ago. I am absolutely loving it. And there's this obviously golden trio that begins in the very first episode, kind of when Sokka and Katara meet Aang. This is so very obvious, right? Katara is definitely Angelica, like she's so smart, a water bender, and just Sokka is quite the sexiest guy at first. And so Katara just has to prove to him that she's like so kick-ass badass, and Sokka just has to shut his mouth and be like, damn. And so Sokka be Peggy, because you know we got Aang, who's definitely Eliza. He's so sweet, and he isn't kind of aware of how much responsibility he has until like very late, until like later on. He's just a kid, an 112-year-old kid, but you know, he was frozen in ice for 100 years, so you can't really blame him. Now we got a trio from a trilogy in Spanish that's Memorias de Dune. I absolutely love that trilogy. I don't think these books are available in English. I'm just gonna go and roll with it for my Spanish audience. This is gonna be quick. We got Jack, Victoria, and Kirtash from Memorias de Dune. It is a love triangle actually. Yeah, I'd say Jack is definitely Eliza. He's the sweetest guy, and it is like Jack being the good guy and Kirtash being kind of the bad guy. And who Victoria is gonna choose? I definitely choose Jack, by the way, Team Jack. And so yeah, he's definitely Eliza. So sweet, so cute and adorable, and you know, just yeah, a lot like a Bo 2.0 actually. So there's that, and then Kirtash kind of came on later on, and that's why I think he'd be more of a Peggy. He does give a lot of trouble because, I mean, he's the bad guy, so. And then I guess definitely Victoria would be Angelica. She's such a badass, kick-ass female character, and I guess like every badass female character would be kind of related or associated with Angelica at some point, because that's something they have in common. The last round we got is Owl House characters too. We got Amity, Willow, and Luz. So this kind of happens towards the end of season 1, so it's kind of spoiler-y. Just warning you, okay? Amity's definitely Angelica. She's so freaking smart. I love her so much, and I stan her. And I mean, Amity and I are kind of one and the same. So yeah, Angelica, Amity, and then again, Luz has always been an Eliza in my previous rounds, and that's not gonna change. Luz is Eliza. And Willow again, a poor Peggy. The thing is, I got other trios too here, but I don't really have time. Like, I've literally been filming for 29 minutes right now, so I don't have time to talk about more. I hope you'll like this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment absolutely anything down below, from suggestions of future video or your own choices, decisions, whether you agree or not on my picks, and what you would have done. Like literally anything, just comment down below something, please. I love it when you do. Watch all of my other videos and subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. Yada. Please stay safe. I love you all so much, and see you next time. Bye.